What is going on, good people? Today I'm going to show you how I almost lost $2,000 in the stock market. As you can see, I was day trading AMD, and at the beginning, the price went up. On the second bar, the price came down, but I believe it's the third bar, the price actually started going up. That's when I jumped in. And when I jumped in, well, this is the fourth bar. And what happens when Jeff goes in the market? The price drops $1.02. That's right. So, if you pay attention to the numbers, I was, for a split second, I was way above negative or losing $2,000. Luckily, I know, and it's obvious that the price doesn't keep going up all the time. The price will go up, it will come down, and hopefully it'll come back up, and so on. And little by little, the price will go up. So I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to get out. And when I was ready to, well, at this point, I had already closed my brackets because I thought I was going to sell, and I was going to sell for a loss. But the red bars were not coming down as fast. They were just going back and forth between green and red, green and red. So I thought, okay, this is just a small pullback, so to speak, right? And I waited to see if it would stop at the 20 SMA, which is the white line, and it didn't. And that's when I panicked. I'm like, oh no, this is going to keep going down. But it stopped at the 200 SMA, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe it'll reverse. It'll go back up from this point on. So what am I trying to say here? It's it's just because you think, or just because your indicators are telling you that the price is going up, doesn't mean the price is going to go up. Clearly, that's what happened here. Okay, but at this point, you have to decide: do you get out or do you wait? I decided to wait, and as you can see, the price was over a little over 2,000. I decided to wait, and the price actually went back up. However, I was still like in panic mode because I was still almost $2,000 red. So I was like, okay, if I turn green again, I'm getting out. Because in the past, I've seen where the price goes up, you get in, and then it drops. Then it comes back up, it turns green, and you think it's going to keep going up, but it drops, and so on. And by the third time, if you don't get out, there's a very high chance the price is going to drop again, and it's not going to come back. Basically, you stay red. Things like those will come with practice, uh, and that's what I use today. I was just using my experience. If it wasn't because of that, I would have hit the sell button right now. Boom, get out. So, and I did. At this point, I'm like, okay, I'm green. Let me out. Excuse me. Sure enough, a couple of minutes later, the price went up. I don't know, a few more bucks. Sorry, maybe a couple of cents, and then it started coming down. But I was paying attention to the chart, and the price. Well, I think it went up actually like a dollar or so. And once the price came down, I was also looking at the market on a different computer to see what was going on. And as you can see, Apple was doing the same. AMD was doing basically, you know, this, and other companies, AMD, Intel was doing that, Apple was doing that. So, but, I'm like, okay, most of these companies are just following the Nasdaq company, following the cues for SPY. And sure enough, I was paying attention to those, and when I noticed that they were going to come up, I thought, okay, AMD is going to come up, and that's how I was able to make my money today, by paying attention to what the market was doing, not exactly what my um, not exactly paying attention to what my ticker or my AMD chart was doing. I was paying attention to other stuff. So here we go. Back in with AMD, as you can see, the price went up. It started coming down, and I drew a little yellow line saying, okay, the price is heading this way. It's either going to follow the 50 SMA, which is the purple line, or it's going to follow the 20 SMA, which is the white line. Now the price kept coming down, but not for long. Eventually, yeah, I was reading the news. Eventually, the price started to come back up here, and I said, "Oh, maybe this is my chance." I kept paying attention. I kept paying attention. The SMA, the 20 and the 50 SMA basically met, and it's either or. It's going to follow the 20 or it's going to follow the 50. Well, by looking at this chart, the price went up, which was good. And that's basically when I started paying attention to this stuff. I'm like, okay, is it a trap or not? Then the second green bar came up. Once we passed VWAP, I'm like, okay, it's getting interesting. I decided to go with 50 or 50 shares. I mean 50 cents and 2,000 shares. And there I was. I entered at 87 and 20, $87.22 with 2,000 shares. For a moment, I thought the price was going to come in. So the reason why I closed my bracket or my stop loss is because I kind of feel that sometimes when there's a stop limit or stop loss, the price will come down, hit the number or hit my stop loss, and immediately it goes right back up. So it takes me out and then it goes back up. So when I see that that's happening, which is wrong, don't do that. But when I see that the price just drops, and it looks like it's coming after my stop loss, I close or I get rid of the stop loss. And then usually, I'm going to say 90% of the time, the price goes back up. Should I blame my mouse for that, or somebody's paying attention to what I'm doing? So obviously I'm hitting my target, and at that time or at that point I was out. I was in the market probably for about an hour. Basically, just I traded for 2 minutes at the beginning, and then I traded here for, let's say, 5 minutes. It's a total of 7 minutes that I was in the market. Um, Anything between that, I was just staring at the screen and trying to see what was going on in the market. So, like I said, almost lost $2,000. Almost panicked. I kind of panicked. I guess I was so shocked that I couldn't press the sell button, and that saved me today. But the market will do what it wants to do. You know, the market won't do this. Not every day. Market goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So, um, lucky, I guess. But on the second round, I could tell that volume was picking up. Apple was moving up. The Qs were moving up. Intel was moving up. And I was like, yep, we're moving up. And that's why I jumped in. So, why am I showing you this? Well, I see a lot of people on YouTube creating videos talking of how much money they make and how good they are on the market, but they never put up numbers. They never show how they trade. So anybody can speak good about themselves, right? And unfortunately, a lot of people are just following these guys, and well, let's hope they make money. But that's not the way to that's not the way to. Sorry about that. So these guys are, people are randomly are just following YouTubers or people going on YouTube talking about how much money they make and how good they are, but they never show what they do every day. Just because you hit or you make money once a week, once a month, that doesn't make you good. Be honest. Put your stuff up every day and show people, teach people. I'm not saying that my videos are for you to follow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to follow me because you're going to lose. What do you mean you're going to lose if you make money? Well, I have experience. I know what I'm looking at. I have this feeling when I see stuff. You only develop that as you trade, as you spend time in front of the screen. Just like when you drive, if you see somebody driving, left and right, left and right over one lane, right away that person is going to catch your attention and you start backing off, right? Or most likely, if they're doing it badly, you're probably going to call the cops and be like, "Hey, cops, this guy is probably drunk." So, but that comes with experience. If you're a new driver, you don't pay attention to stuff like that. Same thing here. With experience, you start seeing patterns, you start seeing momentum, you start seeing what volume is doing, and so on. Today, my trick was I was looking at the market on a different computer, and that's why I was able to go back in, ask for 50 cents with 2,000 shares, and I made my money. So there you go, guys. You can make money. Just be careful. You can also lose a lot of money, as you can see. But when you practice, you probably will become better, and you can probably make a nice amount of money if you're disciplined. Okay, don't jump into this business if you don't have discipline. If you think you're just gonna wing it and see what happens, because you will lose. You will lose. And if you put money in the market and you say, "Well, I'm doing it because Jeff was doing it," then it's your fault, not my fault. I'm telling you not to do that. Okay? Well, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.